Welcome back to Tennessee Mornings. He's here to answer your pet questions this morning. Dr. Craig Pryor from Murphy Road Animal Hospital joining us along with Moo. Now, Moo gave me some real nice kisses last time. I don't think she will now. Will you, Moo? Hey, Moo. Yeah, see? Moo loves me more than Kelly. I know. I'm just kidding, Kelly. Good to see you.
Yes,
you ready to answer some Facebook questions?
Absolutely.
All right, the first one. Danielle says, my dog won't stop licking his paws and under his shoulder. He's licked them raw. I think it's anxiety, but not sure what's causing it.
Probably not anxiety. When we get allergies, we get runny eyes and sneezing. When animals get allergies, they tend to present it through the skin. And big areas they'll lick at. Paws is one of the first areas they'll go with atopy. So they'll be looking at the paws. Sometimes they scratch around head and ears, trunk, butt. And that's what it sounds like. So they can be allergic to just as many things as we can be. House dust, carpets, grasses, pollens. It could be one thing or 20 different things.
Particular part of the year or just any time? Spring allergies? Or
it could it could be year-round allergies. Yeah. It could be something new in the environment. It's hard to say. So I would recommend that she takes her pet to a regular veterinarian, have this looked into to see what medications would be most appropriate. Make sure there's no secondary infections, yeast infections, bacterial infections, things like that could be contributing.
All right. Next question comes from our director, Jason. He asks that my 6-year-old black lab has recently started to get brown gunk in her ear. Is there anything I could do to prevent that? Is that anything with allergies as well? Or
sometimes it's allergies that's causing that. A lot of times, especially with labs, they swim a lot. You can get water down their ears. Dog ears are pretty anatomically poor critters. Because they got a long vertical canal that then goes in, so a lot longer than ours. Then anything gets down in the ear, it just kind of stays down in there, and then you add to it that you have the folded over ear, you got a wonderful incubator. So very common to get ear infections in dogs. That's what it sounds like at the start of. Some dogs that get a lot of recurring problems often get wax buildups that contribute to it as well, so an ear cleaning solution may be appropriate. This dog I'd recommend has an exam to make sure that if it is an infection, we get the appropriate medications in there, because you don't want to go from an external infection to a middle ear or inner ear infection, because that could be really devastating.
I've always heard about ear infections with Cocker Spaniels, Beagles, with long ears.
Yes, absolutely.
Next story, very interesting. We had this earlier in the newscast. There's a puppy named Cleo in Australia that licked antifreeze and then went to the vet, and the vet gave him alcohol, vodka specifically.
Yes, you want to have high-grain alcohol is what we use. And actually, I don't even use that anymore. Alcohol is one of the antidotes to it. You've got to get it in very early. It actually is not given orally. It's given intravenously. What happens is antifreeze gets absorbed very readily. It can cause vomiting. It causes kidney failure. And the reason it causes kidney failure, you get these crystals form in the kidneys that wipe the kidneys out. What the alcohol does is it prevents those crystals forming. There is actually a better antidote now that we use intravenously that works faster and more effectively, and so the dog doesn't stay. It doesn't have to be drunk for days at a time.
Seems odd.
It does seem odd, but that's what you're doing, and you're not giving it by mouth. You're actually giving it intravenously to them in a special dilution.
And a good reminder again: don't leave antifreeze around.
Exactly, and also right now, people putting out the stuff for the ground. What do you call it? Ice melt. Well, make sure antifreeze should be animal friendly, and so should the ice melt, because ice melt getting on their paws can be extremely irritating and devastating to them as well.
Good point, good point. All right, thank you for answering all those questions. If you have any questions of your own, you can contact Dr. Pryor at Murphy Road Animal Hospital. There you see the address. And you can call over there as well, 383-4241, or you can go on their website, murphyroadvet.com.